All right, just thanks. WCNC weather impact alert in effect holiday weekend and for those scorching temperatures.
And we've been talking about heat safety all week, with this weekend being the most dangerous time.
So let's go ahead and turn it back over to Chris. He's breaking down exactly what to look out for so you can steer clear of any issues.
And I like that, steer clear. So I was actually thinking on the way to work, what's the best way to really describe the progression of heat illnesses? And I looked down at my dashboard and I thought, well, it's kind of like the warning lights that your car gives you. That if you have a check engine light on for a long time, eventually something's going to go wrong, right? So let's talk about the check engine lights that are your body. Number one, when you feel thirsty. This one might sound simple, but once you're thirsty, you're already into it. That means you've already lost 1 to 2% of your body fluids. The next lights that pop on, these are all yellow, heavy sweating. Now that one's common, but when you go from sweating to heavily sweating, where the shirt is drenched and you're starting to feel really fatigued, at this time, with these yellow lights, if all 3 of these are checked, I would go in, cool off, chill down, enjoy yourself. Once the lights start turning orange, this is the next progression. If you start getting a headache, now some people have heat-induced headaches much earlier than others, but when the dizziness, kind of the lightheaded feeling, you need to be inside immediately because we don't want any red lights. The next red light, if this happens to you, nausea, you are knocking on the door of heat stroke. All this is heat exhaustion. Heat exhaustion will kind of take you out for the day, but you're going to be fine. But you don't want to get to this point. If you're feeling nauseous, you need to remove yourself and cool down immediately. You don't chug, it's a slow sip, but this is the worst stage because what's happening next is you're talking about the heat stroke lights. If you're starting to feel confused, if you have trouble speaking, if things aren't computing here, that means your nervous system is actually starting to shut down. At that point, you're reaching emergency levels. You don't want any of the red lights. That's the thing with heat illness. There's a lot of signs that are preventing this from happening, but we don't want to get here, and we're not going to get here, right? Because at that point, if your nervous system's struggling, that means your body temperature is starting to go up. Once it goes up to 104, that's where things can reach the final lights. Seizures, unconsciousness. But as I mentioned, as long as you look back at the very first lights, and here I'll go back to it, the yellow, if you're feeling thirsty, heavy sweating and fatigue, if you go inside, if you rest after that, you're just fine because we don't want the engine to shut down because guys, it's 4th of July weekend especially. It's going to be hot. We know what to do, but just pay attention to your body's dashboard.